Two fierce rivals come together at Headingley. I'm George Riley. This is Touchline. Hello again, welcome to Super League Touchline. All the build-up this week on the way to one of the biggest derbies in Super League. Plus, there's this lot. The Widnes Vikings go back to school to learn a spot of Spanish. There's the best of the action from the Challenge Cup semi-finals and plenty more from Headingley as we look ahead to the visit of the Bulls. First up though, this week's headlines. Paul Anderson has taken over as head coach of Huddersfield Giants after the West Yorkshire side parted company with their Australian Nathan Brown, who was expected to see the season out at the Giants before moving over the Pennines to coach St Helens from next season. The Huddersfield hierarchy, though, chose to end things now after a run of 8 defeats in 9. Brown goes on to replace Roy Simmons, who was, of course, sacked by St Helens after a similarly bad run of form. In London, Rob Powell has departed. He's been removed as coach of London Broncos, who have instead installed their former coach and chief executive Tony Ray. The Broncos were expected to have a terrific 2012 after splashing out on some big names during the off-season in the form of Craig Gower and NRL Grand Finalists Shane Rodney and Michael Robertson. They currently sit at the foot of Super League with 3 wins from 20 games. And Workington's Derwent Park has been announced as the latest venue for the Rugby League World Cup next year. 2 matches, Tonga versus Scotland and Scotland versus Italy, were due to be played in Whitehaven during the early stages of the tournament, but after fears that the stadium would not be ready in time, it was decided the matches would be played elsewhere. Workington Town and Ulladulla Borough Council submitted a bid for the matches and were announced earlier this week as being successful. Now, there have been a few harsh lessons so far this year back in Super League for Widnes, but the signs do look okay for the Vikings. The improvement continuing, I suppose, the grades getting better, and it's not just on the pitch that the players have been learning.
Widnes have had a tough season since their return to the top flight, but today they're hoping to become top of their own class as the Vikings become the Vikingos.
Give us a hint.
Soy Willy el número 4 por Widnes.
Why are you learning Spanish, Willie?
No, it's because something fun and to be honest, it just gets my head ticking.
And how long have you been learning it for and how's it going?
5 weeks now and still learning some things, but it's very good. Our teacher's awesome and the boys are jumping on board, to be honest, so yeah, it's pretty good.
Best phrase you've learnt so far?
El Presidente. Soy el Presidente.
Translation?
I am the president, or I'm the boss. Yeah, so that's probably the best one, but I think I knew that from the start. But for me, I just wanted to do it because I haven't been at school for the last 4 years or something, so I wanted to get my mind ticking and actually start studying in September this year when I do some courses and that. So yeah, but this is something fun for me to learn and get my mind thinking. So yeah.
Soy Patrick, el número 5 por Widnes.
Are you enjoying your Spanish lesson today, Patrick?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's always good to learn something new. Spanish is pretty hard, but we do our best.
Is it Willie that's got you involved in this?
Yeah, Willie's my ride home, so I've got to stay here with him. And yeah, but it's good to learn something. You never know, I might be in Spain.
Well, is that the plan? Is this about the future?
Yeah, maybe go on holiday in Spain.
Soy Cameron, el número 19 por Widnes. So yeah, we're slowly picking it up, but yeah, we're just revising today, so yeah, going back on a few things we've learnt.
Why are you getting involved in this yourself though?
It's just always good to learn things, and you never want to stop learning. So I haven't been out of school for a while, and just want to learn something new.
Really, is this a bit about team bonding off the field as well? Does it have any impact in that?
Yeah. Me, Willie, Paddy and Reece have been doing it for 5 weeks now, obviously, and I guess we have a good laugh here and enjoy each other's company. So and we can rib each other a bit.
Do you ever talk in Spanish out on the field?
No. No, we're not that advanced yet. Maybe eventually we'll get to that, but yeah, we're not that good yet.
Just confuse the opposition. I think that's a good idea.
Confuse ourselves, not the opposition.
No he marcado por el equipo en esta temporada.
What's that in English?
I have no clue. Nah, I am Willie. I'm number 4 for Widnes, and I don't know. What else is what's next?
I haven't scored yet this season.
Necesito un afeitado e un corte de pelo.
I need a shave and a haircut.
I need a shave and a haircut. I knew it was something like that.
Todos mis compañeros dicen que tengo mal aliento.
Well, my friends say I have bad breath.
Really?
That's the worst one.
That's the worst one.
That's the worst one.
So has everyone enjoyed their Spanish lesson today? Excellent. Well, let's hope Widnes can teach the Super League a lesson of their own before the season's out, and maybe swap some tapas for a few more tries, especially in Willie's case.
Right, shall we see some tries? No top 5 there, I'm afraid, this week. There was, after all, only one match in Super League, so that would be a little unfair. There was some terrific action and some terrific tries, though, over Challenge Cup semi-final weekend. No shortage of action, no shortage of great tries in the first Challenge Cup semi-final. And that was the first score with Ryan Hall. Then Ben Jones-Bishop sending Leeds into dreamland. And it got even better. The big fella Peacock down the middle, and the offload to Zach Hardacre, Leeds flying. Try the game though for me this. Gareth Hock, what a dummy that is. A way back for Wigan. But Leeds turn the screw, Maguire to Hall again. Leeds formidable. Wigan tried to keep it close and had a spot of fortune there, with Flower going over. But Leeds had luck of their own. Knock on by Maguire. Somehow the try given to Hardacre. Some win for Leeds. So Huddersfield and Warrington for the right to play the Rhinos, and the Giants had the start. Scotty Moore going over. But then order was restored. The old magician Lee Breers setting things going for Gareth Carvell, a controversial score. Then the Wolves' tails were up. Slicing through the defence, real power from Atkins. And another towering bomb led to more confusion at the back. Grix allowing Monaghan in. Daylight for Warrington. And it got worse for the Giants. Breers again involved. Brett Hodgson. A great afternoon for him. And there was still time for another score. Warrington keeping it alive. Stephen Radford saying, "What's on?" I'll tell you what, I'll score and I'll send Warrington to Wembley to play Leeds. Yes, so another August afternoon out in the sunshine, we hope, for the Leeds Rhinos at Wembley. It's a third successive appearance in the Carnegie Challenge Cup final. They'll be bidding to end that run, of course, having lost the last 2. Plenty to negotiate in Super League before then. Starting here this week with a small matter of the Bradford Bulls. It's one of the most fiercely contested rivalries in the game.
Preparation's going okay. We had a pretty loose week last week, given it was Challenge Cup semi-final, and we just had a few of the rehab guys in and a few extra guys in doing some extra work. This week we're prepping according to what we normally would do. Nothing's changed. We're trying to keep a routine. The guys have got rest tomorrow. They've trained the last couple of days, and just the captain's run before Friday.
And the mood, you know, is it still on a high from that result at Odsal, or is it kind of calmed down a bit, and now they've had time to think about what's gone on, it a little bit of reality is set in, would you say?
Yeah, probably. Also, things change by the day at the moment, and it's a tense situation for the players and the other staff. It's the feel around the camp is good when they're at training, and I think it's better if we stick to a routine, and you know, we're going okay with that. So I don't know what's going to happen on Friday or Friday week. So we just try and stick to what we know.
Performing when there's some uncertain circumstances around seems to be a speciality of the Bradford Bulls this year. You know, I guess you're hoping that continues when you go to Headingley to take on the Rhinos.
Yeah, sure. We're obviously wanting that to happen, but no one can predict what's going to happen, and perhaps that's why we all come and watch, because the game's so, you know, unpredictable, and we don't know what's going to happen on the night, and we need a lot of fans to get there. The Leeds club with Gary Hetherington there have made a fantastic gesture for the club here to try and help us out, to lift us forward for another week, and hopefully get a consortium together and to have a positive result in a couple of weeks.
Given your reasonable recent form and you know the way you've gone against the Rhinos the past couple of years, you must go to Headingley with a bit of confidence.
Yeah, we're reasonably confident, and we're starting to get a couple of players back as well, and putting a bit of pressure on each other to perform at our best. And yeah, we're confident, but we know how tough Leeds are, and they put the cleaners through Wigan, and it was a bit of a shock I think for everyone, because I would have thought Wigan would have won the game, and with players like Rob Burrow and Maguire and Sinfield and Hall and many others to mention, they're hard to beat, and when the big games are on, Leeds are right there or thereabouts, aren't they?
When we last spoke after the London game at Odsal, you were unsure as to whether you'd still be around come this fixture. Well, you know, you're still here today. What's the circumstances there?
Well, nothing's really changed for me. I'm here just to help the guys out, and you know, I haven't got too much else to do. I can't get a job with another club in England. I can't work in another industry, so I'm best to just help out here whilst ever I can, until I get shipped back to Australia.
And how long do you foresee that continuing?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. You know, I'd love for an opportunity to come back in Australia where I could just go back and just work a job. But at this stage, there's nothing on the table as such, and I need to talk to a few people, and I'm hoping that the people that Brendan Guilfoyle are talking to and the administrators have got something up their sleeve that might be presentable in the next couple of weeks, and we might be able to move forward from there. But I don't know exactly what's going to happen.
And obviously, you know, the players are, you know, still employed and being paid from your point of view. What's motivating you at the moment? Is it to, you know, make sure that this club stays on the right path through some pretty troubled waters?
Yeah, well, that's right. There's not too many people I don't, and the response from the pledge earlier in the season, like the response from the rugby league community as a whole, was just fantastic, and there's not too many people that want to see Bradford slip up and slip down to championship or worse. And they're a big team. They're potentially a big club, and they've got great supporters. And I just want the best for Bradford Bulls, and I want them to be in Super League, and I want them to be successful.
We've seen some great support from the Bulls, as you mentioned there. They've shown some great appreciation to you guys for coming back and helping out with the team. But you know, a big crowd, big following of Bradford Bulls fans expected at Headingley, and you wouldn't expect anything other, really, would you? Well,
there's a bit of added incentive there with what Gary Hetherington and the Leeds Club are doing there, and putting the money back to the Bulls or back to the administrator to service the club over this next short period to get them back on track. And you know, it's a fantastic gesture from the rugby league community as a whole. And you know, if we can get a packed house at Headingley, it's a great ground to go and watch rugby league at. And no one knows what's going to happen, so let's get there. And Leeds are a fantastic team to watch, and we're an improving team that's going okay at the moment.
So always fireworks when Leeds and Bradford go toe-to-toe on the pitch. Bit of added incentive as well, I suppose, this week. A bit of added intrigue and interest, bearing in mind what's going on at Bradford. And of course, a nice gesture, Rob Burrow from Leeds, to help Bradford out in terms of the ticket sales from the away fans going straight back to Bradford to help raise them a bit of cash.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think again it's probably unique in rugby league. You know, obviously rivals on the pitch and derby rivals at that, but you know, it's a rugby league family, isn't it? And we all sort of help out for each other when we can, and I think it's a great gesture. Just hopefully the Bradford fans come down and get behind their team, and hopefully, you know, get a bit decent whack for it.
And of course, when the scale of Bradford's problems first became known, it was straight after that Leeds went to Bradford on the Good Friday that could have been the last Good Friday for the Bulls, and that was an unbelievable atmosphere. The Bulls fans turned up, and Bradford turned Leeds over. So you know what they can do to you too. No,
it's true. I mean, yeah, I mean, there are always tough games against Bradford, and you know, the last few years haven't been the best for them, but they've always got a win over us at some stage. So they're certainly fired up for it. But that night when they beat Leeds, and just reminded me of you know, when they were champions and they used to get the great crowds, and I think certainly Bradford sort of made that, you know, like that event. There was great, you know, the Bulls and
it's
all
like
this.
The height of Bullmania.
Exactly,
wasn't it?
Bullmania. Yeah, they made it really good, and I think other clubs learned from that. So you know, hopefully they get sorted and they return to them sort of days.
And perversely, given all the problems Bradford have been having, the players wondering if they're going to get paid or not on the pitch. Actually, they're having a really good season.
They've done really well, and you know, Mick Potter obviously, you know, he's doing it, you know, for free at the moment, which is fantastic. But I mean, it's obviously done a great job with them, like you say, and regardless of all the sort of episodes off the pitch, they're really performing well. So you can't knock them, and certainly the fact that they went to Wigan the other week and beat them, certainly in the height of the turmoil, just shows what sort of characters they are.
And how do you boys pick yourselves up from the ultimate high of reaching Wembley with a fantastic victory over Wigan last week?
It's I mean, obviously last week was great. We enjoyed it, but it's during the Challenge Cup, you just got to, you know, switch straight back into it. You know, Monday when we came in, we were back on it and thinking of the Super League, and you know, whilst we're overjoyed with that and you know, happy with his performance, we've got to just aim at Super League now, and obviously we aren't doing too great in that at the moment. So you know, what bigger game to prepare than Bradford at home? You know, after a great win.
You say you're not doing too great. The recent form has been good. I think that was 5th game on the spin that Leeds have won. Do you sense that it is coming together, or is this just a good run and you might have another downturn?
No, I mean, we're coming together. You know, we're improving every game. We know we needed to improve on the whole win to beat Wigan, and we did that. But we've got to keep going. We can't afford another blip. You know, every team has a blip in the season, but you know, we've had one that's lasted a lot longer than we expected. And but we're back to winning ways now, and all we're going to do is look forward. And like I say, a game against Bradford, you know, there's no doubt that you can naturally get up for a big game like that.
Rob, thanks for joining us. Great to see you. I hope this place as well is packed. I'm sure it will be, always is, for Leeds against Bradford. We'll have all the reaction, of course, after the game on the Super League website, and plenty more from us next week.